Thunder fans, there's a strong possibility that we could be seeing a summer reunion between Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder, as the Thunder are among the favorites to land Kevin Durant in a trade this offseason. There's a lot of speculation around this. Would he be welcomed back, all right? Who would the Thunder have to give up in a trade getting him? Is he really going to get traded? We're going to cover all this today here on Thunder Digest, so don't worry. Hold on to your pants there, all right? I promise we're going to get to the bottom of this speculation going on with Kevin Durant. As it was speculated, he was going to be traded before the trade deadline. Almost happened until he told the Warriors, like, look, if you trade for me, I'm not playing for you, all right? A deal was in place that would send him to Golden State, Jimmy to Phoenix, and Andrew Wiggins over to Miami. Golden State was like, look, if he doesn't want to play for us, we don't want him. We'll just do a deal for Jimmy Butler and send Andrew Wiggins over there. Phoenix Suns can, stand pat and not do anything, all right? That's what they ended up doing. So I'm going to break down how he could be traded over the summer and where he could potentially end up going as well. Before we get into all of that, though, just a quick moment to recognize, like, look, we're at 2,832 subs. You guys have been killing that subscriber button lately. I know, didn't post a video yesterday, all right? Tough day for me. Just a lot going on for me personally in my life. So sorry about that. But we are back here ready to put out some more content for you guys. So if you enjoyed the content on this channel and you want to support it, best way to do so is just by hitting that subscribe button. It goes a long way and it means the world to me when you guys do so. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this video. You're going to notice I'm going to be pausing a few times here and everything. Have a little bit of drainage. Horrible weather up here in Boston right now where I'm living at the moment. But we're going to go through it, okay? So we saw a tweet just now the other day, right here. Boom. The Houston Rockets are the favorites to land Kevin Durant if he's not with the Suns next season. That's a big if, all right? Big if. This is if they're shopping him for a trade, which it's sounding like they are going to do so in an article and some quotes that we're going to be reading here soon. Houston Rockets are the favorite at plus 350. He's spoken out about the Rockets a ton, all right? He's talked about how he loves how Udoka over there coaches. He loves the Rockets' philosophy. He loves some of the players over there and how they're playing. He loves Alperen Sengun's style and everything. But then you notice in fifth place at plus 1,200, they are tied with a bunch of guys like the Mavericks and Timberwolves right there. But there sits the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've always been speculated to get Kevin Durant back in a deal that would make a reunion and try to amend everything that happened, how he left the team and everything, and what all exactly went down when he was leaving. Then you have the Knicks at plus 500. I feel like the Knicks are always going to be part of any trade for a big name star because it's New York. Who doesn't want to play at, the mecca of basketball right there? Golden State plus 850. I could see that if they trade Draymond Green. I don't think they're trading Draymond Green anytime soon, so I would cross off Golden State on the list. And Miami, all right, I would cross them off as well. I don't see them trading for him whatsoever. They had a chance to go get him during the trade deadline. Couldn't have made it happen. They didn't, all right? I just don't think there's any world that can happen. And you have guys like the Wizards. I can see the Wizards because he's from the DMV. He's from the D.C. metro area. Raptors, I just don't see it whatsoever. A bunch of these teams, I don't see it. The only three realistic teams I could see him ended up going to are Houston, Oklahoma City, and maybe even Washington. I think those are the three most realistic options, all right, with how he spoke about Houston and their coaching philosophy and everything going on over there. Oklahoma City gave him his start. He left on bad terms. Maybe he wants to amend them. I know he tweeted out before. He doesn't really care about that, but I could see him finishing his career in Oklahoma City. And Washington, that's where he's from. I could also see him finishing his career there. So there's a bunch of stuff going on right there. Question is, do you want Kevin Durant? All right, that's the big question. Do you want Kevin Durant as a player? Well, looking at the stats, yeah, you should, all right? He is 36 years old. He just reached 30K points. So big congrats to a former Thunder player right there. One of the best players in Thunder franchise history. When you look at stats and everything, great guy, and he did a lot of stuff for when he was here. But look at these stats. 27 points a game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He's averaging over a blocking game and almost a steal a game as well. He's not a great defensive player, all right? But he's not a bad one. He's a good defensive player. He truly is. Averaging 3 turnovers a game, less than 2 fouls, 53% from the field, and 40% from 3. He is one of those guys where you can truly have as your number 1 or number 2 option at his age and still make it to the championship and even potentially win it, all right? That's the kind of player he is even at this age he's at now. 6'11", he's probably more like 7 foot, let's be real here. He shoots 46% on corner threes, 87% of his threes are assisted. 31% of all his shots are three-pointers. It's not like he's taking a ton. He loves the mid-range shot. He does. Who else loves a mid-range shot on this team? Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So you have a strong pairing of these two, but the question is, would it really work out? Who would you have to give up to go get Kevin Durant? You have to give up a ton. You truly have to give up a ton to get Kevin Durant. You have to give up guys like Isaiah Hartenstein. You maybe even have to give up Lou Dort, all right? You'd have to gut the bench just to make contracts work to get Kevin Durant. That's why I'm saying it'd be better off waiting until he's a free agent, seeing if you have the cap to go get him, and be like, look, you want to come back, finish your career here? We'd be down to have you back, all right? Finish your career, take a little pay cut maybe just for one more year, get that extra ring, solidify yourself as a Hall of Famer, win a ring here, get your jersey retired, and get a statue here in Oklahoma City. That's probably, that's the most realistic approach I could see the Thunder going on. I don't see a trade happening for him anytime soon. I don't. The only former Thunder players I could see Presti trading for are guys like Russell Westbrook, Jeremy Grant, and Steven Adams. Those are the only three guys I could see him trading for because they're cheaper contracts and they're not necessarily going to want to be like the stars and main options of the team. Kevin Durant would. So if you're going to go after Kevin Durant, you have to wait till the offseason. But it does look like he will be getting traded, though, with some quotes that we got from both Kevin Durant and Brian Windhorst. First, a quote from Kevin Durant. It's just part of the business, Durant told reporters Monday via the Associated Press. Everybody's bought and sold in this league. Anybody can be up for auction, so I understand that. I always had a goal of just playing my contract out and seeing what happens. I can't focus on a year and a half down the line. I know that will be a topic. Interesting kind of quote there from KD. I know it's going to be a topic. I know it's going to be talked about. Now, I know everyone's going to be talking about Kevin Durant back to the Thunder. Potential trade for that. We were all talking about it before the trade deadline as well. I saw people who want that to happen. I saw a lot of people not want that to happen. I was part of the majority that did not want it to happen. Let me be clear about that because it would gut the bench. I'd rather wait until he's a free agent and you can try to go after him because you're going to have $30 million in salary right there that you can spend because of Isaiah Hartenstein's team option, all right? You could decline it and be like, look, we're going to go after Kevin Durant. We'd like you to come back. But if we don't get him, we can just restructure a different contract for you that'd help us out for long-term success. Would he take $30 million? I don't know. All right. He might take $40 million. I think there's a way that you can make that work with just one trade. Boom, you'll lose two players to get a star-studded player in return for 1 or 2 years. I would take that deal. 100% I would take that deal. Brian Windhorst also talked about it a little bit as well here. Here's some quotes from him. He's probably going to get traded this summer, said Brian Windhorst on Get Up on Wednesday. He knows it. The Suns know it. The rest of the league knows it. They're going to enjoy him while they have him. It's not really controversial in all honesty. They're under 500. They have a $230 million payroll. Then add over $100 million on tax on top of that. I would expect Durant and the Suns this summer to work together to find a new home. So it seems as though everyone around the league is agreeing he is going to get traded. The only question that surrounds this now is where is he going to go? No one really knows. We can all assume and speculate, all right? We can speculate that the Thunder are going to be part of that. I think the Thunder are always going to be part of trade talks for any team when you look at the draft capital and assets that they have. All the picks that they can give up in return. Okay, could make something work. Houston Rockets, similar boat. San Antonio Spurs, similar boat, okay? When you're talking about Kevin Durant, a bunch of teams can get involved because of salary matching. They're willing to trade their second, highest paid player, second best player to go get someone like that in return. I would not be surprised if the Dallas Mavericks try to trade Anthony Davis to go get Kevin Durant. I would not be surprised about that whatsoever. I would not be surprised if they try to trade Kyrie Irving, force him to take his player option, then trade him to the Suns, and they work out a new deal over there. That would not surprise me whatsoever. I could see a bunch of teams trying to make a trade for him. Now, the realistic teams, like I said, the three most realistic teams I could see him end up on, I'll throw in 4. Okay, I'll actually do 4. Dallas Mavericks, Oklahoma City Thunder, Houston Rockets, and Washington Wizards. I know the Wizards are a weird one, but he's from D.C. Every player dreams of going back home and playing for their hometown team, and DC is his hometown team. All right? So that's why they're on my list. Everyone else, you can kind of assume they're contenders, they're trying to win now and everything. That would be a win now move in their books. It just kind of depends what the front office is going to think going forward, but I do think that the Oklahoma City Thunder should stay away from Kevin Durant trade because I think it's just going to gut the bench entirely. That's all I got for this video. Let me know what you guys think about a potential Kevin Durant reunion here in the offseason. That's all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one.